And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Washington Street Gym here as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Macomb High Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Got a smidge of a late start as we're breaking in a new camera person, and also had some camera issues for the first time. You know, we've been doing this for 3 years. We still have fine things that happen that we haven't had happen before. Today's new thing was we had a capture device segment go bad. Tried all kinds of different capture devices and cords, and finally just tried a new segment, and it worked. So there's the first points of the game for Canton. The Little Giants, I believe it was number 10, number 10, Macomb Korea. So the Bombers and the Little Giants here, 4:10 to go or so. There's a layup for the Bombers, off no good. That was Sophie Wilson, a sophomore, number 4. She'll get some playing time on the varsity level, I would imagine. Also out there for the Bombers, Jordan Hines. She'll see playing time on the varsity level. With the basketball there for the Little Giants is Emma Turner. And a foul called on the Bombers. It'll be their first foul. A couple free throws coming here for the Little Giants. And the aforementioned Emma Turner. She's a sophomore, 5'7" guard for Canton. 2-0 Little Giants right now. I'll make it 3-0. High arcing free throw is good for the sophomore. And with 3:52 to go, there's a couple subs coming in for the Bombers. Number 10 is Aubrey Holthouse. Number 22 is Ella Hare. Ella fresh off a broken foot. We believe that she broke her foot in volleyball, or during the volleyball season. Hines is going to push it up the near side. And a travel as she tried to stop and couldn't quick enough. Good defense out there by Ella Hare. Aubrey Holthouse on defense, and there's a 3 by Turner. And Turner knocks it out of bounds. Well, no, it's going to be Canton basketball. 7-0 Little Giants. And a shot off the inbound play is missed. Rebounded by Holthouse. She can't dribble. Well, maybe she can. They said she didn't dribble. Looked like she dribbled to me. She must have just had it knocked away from her. Hare with it, right side. No, it's not Hare. That is Thorman. Saved inbounds. Thrown out. Holthouse tracks it down as it was all the way into the front court. And a timeout's going to be called by the Bombers, their first of the game. 7-0 Little Giants, 2:51 to go here in quarter number 1. We'll take a break. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And welcome back to Washington Street Gym here in Macomb, Illinois, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber basketball, girls high school basketball, to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Thanks for joining us here as we are finally underway. We had a little problems getting going. Seems like we still continue to find new things that we didn't know were problems that end up being problems. But now we know that that could be an issue, so we'll look for it in the future. Bombers have the basketball after the timeout. Thorman with it. She goes down to Wilson, or to Holthouse, excuse me. Hare comes up with it. 3 on the way is off, no good. That was shot by Wilson. Hines with it down low. She'll put it up. It's off, no good. Rebound down low to the Little Giants. Number 14 is Grace Spencer. She got the rebound for Canton. And a shot knocked away, picked up by Wilson on the far side. She'll push it up the floor, outlets it, tries to Hines. Hines can't track it down. She steps on the inline, out of bounds. Possession back to Canton. 2:04 to go here in the first quarter. And the inbounds pass knocked away by Thorman, out of bounds. It'll stay with Canton. This game being brought to you by Ron Obey Auto Sales, with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Obey Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsalescars.com to check out their inventory. We will also be releasing the Bad Boy Mowers Athlete of the Week, presented by Ron Obey Auto Sales, your Bad Boy Mowers local dealer. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound by Hare. We'll have our first Athlete of the Week coming midweek this week, and it will be a Macomb boys basketball player. We'll let you know who that is when we release the information, but we're happy to have Bad Boy Mowers and Ron Obey Auto Sales on board for the Athlete of the Week. Wilson's going to drive, backs it out. 1:17 to go. Thorman for 3, well off the mark, out of bounds. Possession to Canton. Still 7-0. Canton Macomb girls coming up next, varsity style, here from the Washington Street Gym. They played the tournament last weekend. The Rock Island Alleman Pioneers picked up the tournament victory. Bombers are 1-4 on the season. They were 1-3 in tournament play. Around Euro step, count the basket for number 10, Michaelin Korea. Foul on the Bombers, Sophie Wilson, her first, team second. It's 9-0 with a free throw coming here. Checking in for Little Giants, Allie Dans, number 4. Number 22 is Colby Smith. Dans is a freshman. Smith is a sophomore. Korea at the free throw line, missed this free throw, but gets the ball back. Fights for it with Holthouse, throws it up again, and counted at another foul, and she'll have another chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. That makes it 11-0. Foul this time on the Bombers, number 34, Alea Abernathy. Second free throw, no good as well. Wilson's going to push it back the other way with 43 seconds. Counted and a foul. The first bucket is going to be an old-fashioned three-point play attempt for the Bombers. Sophie Wilson is going to get the shot to fall. Foul is on number 4, Allie Dans, her first, team second. Free throw is good. Hines checks in. Hare checks out. Full court press by the Bombers. 43.2 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's 11-3 now. Bombers finally get their first points at the 43.2 second mark of quarter number 1. Dan's with it on the dribble, picked up by Wilson. Holthouse. Hines back to Holthouse. That was Gaines actually with it. Ava Gaines nearly lost it again. It's number 5, not number 4. I apologize. Gaines with it, and if they're going to call a foul on number 4, Allie Dans this time. That'll be her second unofficially. Team's third. So with 17.5 seconds remaining, the Bombers have the ball. On the inbound, Hines goes, pulls up, shot up, off no good. Abernathy had the rebound, stolen away. Back the other way, it goes with Correa on the dribble. She's going to go all the way to the rack and fouled and counted again as Abernathy's going to pick up the foul. I believe that's Correa. Let's let her turn around. It is her third and 1 of the game. She's missed the 2 free throws previously. Second foul on Abernathy, 4th of the quarter. They reset now at the end of each quarter. Checking in for Dan's is number 14, Grace Spencer for Canton. 0 for 2 at the free throw line. Can she get this one? She does. She completes the old-fashioned three-point play that time, and it's 14-3. 14-5, excuse me. Hare gets the bucket to fall. 14-7. The score at the end of 1 quarter of play. We'll take a break and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I would have to say that is the most rewarding part of what I do, making a difference in people's lives. Taking care of the women from puberty on through postmenopausal stages and seeing them go through the phases and stages of life.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
Welcome back to Washington Street Gym here in Macomb, Illinois, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling is bringing Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. JV basketball of the girls variety coming at you right now as we get ready to start the second quarter of play. Fouls will reset. They shoot on the 5th foul, and everything's 2 free throws, but it resets at each quarter. It'll be Canton basketball. They get it in. Got it in to Spencer. She comes up top to Turner. 3 old-fashioned three-point play attempts, only completed 1 for Correa, but she has 7 points. Actually, 9 of the 14 points. The other 5 belong to number 12, Emma Turner. Turner with it. Double dribble. She picked it up, wanted to give it to somebody over there. I believe it was Correa, but realized that she wasn't going to be able to give it to her and tried to go back to the dribble and just got caught with her hand in the proverbial cookie jar, so to speak. And it is a 14-7 lead, 7:25 to go here in the first half. Hare is going to, nope, that's Thorman, excuse me. She drives, her shot's off, no good. Bounced around, picked up by Correa. She's going to give it off to Turner, and Turner will push her back the other way for Canton. She goes to the rack, throws a shot up long, didn't use the backboard, rebound. Shot left short by Correa, rebounded by Hines. She'll push it back the other way. The lefty with the right-handed dribble. Out to Thorman for a sports corner 3. It's off, no good. Rebound to number 12, Lucy Platt. Out of Thorman. Hare. Wilson with it now left side. She tried to go over the top and was stolen away by Spencer. 6:30 remaining here in the first half. Still no points have been scored here in quarter number 2. It took them about 3 minutes or 4 to get going in the first quarter, but once they did, the points started coming pretty easily for Canton. And then the Bombers didn't score till 43.2 seconds remaining, but they put 7 points on the board down the stretch. 6:05 remaining. Korea just inside the three-point line. Long 2 was off the mark by Renault. And Sophie Wilson with the layup, and the transition game back the other way, and the Bombers have cut the lead to 5. And a steal by Hines. Her shot won't fall. It goes off of Turner out of bounds. It'll stay with Macomb. 5:47 to go. The game has picked up in the right way for the Bombers since they picked up the intensity on the defensive side of the ball. Right side, Hare, who's back in the game. Wilson now in the right corner. Thorman down low, turn around, doesn't take it. Hines, left side, Hare, long 3, off no good. I was going to say a long 2, but it was just barely a 3. It was no good nonetheless, and down the court it comes. Skipped across to Gaines. Up top, Turner. Sets the offense up for Canton. Corner, Spencer, long 2. Good. First points of the quarter for Canton as they now go full court trap press. Wilson's going to throw it to Hines. Hines going to push it down the start line. Finds a way across, gets it to Hare, and Hare in transition from Hines gets the bucket to fall. 4:53 remaining in the first half now. Hines thought about getting into the passing lane. Couldn't quite get there, so thought better of it. Spencer over far side. Runner off, no good for number 15, Renault. And Wilson will walk it back the other way for the Bombers. 4:22 remaining in the first half. Hare with it down low. She looks outside Wilson. Pump fake, drive. Puts up the runner. It's good for Sophie Wilson. Spencer on the outlet gets it right before she gets to the baseline. Gets it out. Cross court it comes. Turner had it. She goes to Gaines. Now to Korea. And a traveling is going to be called. So it's 16-13. Bombers just within one possession now. Thorman comes out. Holthouse comes in. Wilson goes out. Abernathy back in as well for the Bombers. So it is number 12, Lucy Platt. Now down low to Holthouse. Her shot is up and good. Counted in a foul. And the Bombers have a chance to tie it at the free throw line. First foul of the quarter for the Little Giants. Foul is on number 12, Emma Turner. Aubrey Holthouse at the free throw line, the freshman, to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. It is good. And just like that, we're tied at 16. Bombers have come roaring back, and then Abernathy nearly had to steal. Baseline jumper off, no good. Hines is going to track down the loose ball rebound. Platt is running with her, but Hines is going to beat everybody down the floor. Can't make the layup, though. She gets her own rebound. Fights amongst 4 purple jerseys. Jump ball is going to be called. It'll stay with Macomb with 3:19 to go in the first half. Only one foul called to this point here in quarter number 2. It was on Canton. A timeout called on the floor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout called by Canton. This game being brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. And the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, serving soup, salad, sandwiches, homemade dessert, Blue Bunny ice cream, and a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast is served all day, and they have free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com or call 309-837-6700 for your takeout. Holdhouse to inbound. Going to have to get it in. She does finally get it into Hines, across to Abernathy. Abernathy puts the shot up. It's off, no good. Hines has the rebound. Lost it momentarily, but gathered it back up. Threw it to Abernathy. Now it's going to be Platt for three. It's off right, no good. Holdhouse had the rebound. It's going to be out to Holdhouse. Now up top, Platt. She'll try another three. Top of the key this time. It's off, no good. Rebound to the Little Giants through the hands of Olivia Renault. Turner with it now for Canton. She comes near side to Spencer. 2:42 remaining. It's knocked away. Bombers will go back the other way now. Holdhouse. It's a little trip and then knocked away by Correa. Turner pushes it back. Skips it across. Down low, Spencer throws it off the glass hard, no good. It'll go to the Bombers, as I believe it went off Correa's hand, as her and Turner were kind of down there fighting for it. On the same team. 2:17 to go. The Bombers have outscored, and then Holdhouse loses the ball. Turner with the steal. She goes for the layup. It's up and in. Little Giants retake the lead, and a foul's going to be called on the far side on Canton. It's going to be on number 15, Olivia Renault. It'll be her first, team second of the second quarter. Bombers will inbound with 2:02 to go. And a travel going to be called as Platt grabbed it, and then it went up on her, and she ran with it on her hand above her head. That is illegal. Thorman and Wilson checking back in. Hare and Platt will take a seat. Dans is back in for Canton. Looks like Turner has taken a seat. Stolen away. Nope, going to gather it back, I think. Tipped away again. Spencer finally comes down with it for Canton. 1:43 remaining. Off to Gaines. Correa out to Spencer. Baseline left side jumper off, no good. Rebound Abernathy. Lays it out for Wilson. She'll push it back the other way for the Bombers. And a foul is going to be called. I believe it'll be on number 14, Spencer. We'll see if that's correct or not. It's going to be the third nonetheless. It's going to be Spencer's first. Team's third. A couple free throws coming for Sophie Wilson. Free throw's good. Chance to tie it back up here at 18. Bombers trailed 14-9 at the intermission. Make it 14-7, excuse me. They tied it at 16. Now they've tied it at 18. Got these links up a little late. Got the streams up a little late. Oh, there's a nice spin move and another old-fashioned three-point play attempt coming for Correa. It'll be her fourth one of the first half. Foul, I believe, is going to be on Hines. That's the Bombers' first foul of the quarter. She is 1 for 3 on free throws from the three-point plays, and now she's 1 for 4. Thorman, long two, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound picked up by Renault. So 1 minute remaining here in the first half. 20-18 is the score. Down to Spencer. She's going to come up top. Gaines, left side Dans. That's a 3 on the way off, no good by Korea, and a rebound to Holdhouse. 42 seconds remaining. Hines has it down low, and a travel as she switched her pivot feet. .4 seconds remaining. Gaines takes a seat, as did Korea. Back in is Smith. And Turner came back in as well. Spencer drives, comes across the lane. Renault gets the bucket. Nice pass by Spencer. Back to a 4-point advantage for the Little Giants, 22-18 with 12 seconds remaining. Wilson, stop 3. No good. Rebound to Dans. She'll give it to Turner. 3 seconds left. A half-court shot. Looks good. Off the front of the rim. Backboard front of the rim a little too hard. And that's how the quarter will end and the half, 22-18. Little Giants with the lead. We'll take a break, and we'll be back for the second half in just about 8 or 9 minutes here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH. They're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome once again, as we're happy to bring to you another member of the staff at MDH. And today we have Bill Murdoch, the Vice President and Chief Financial Officer of MDH. You know, I've talked to some people up the food chain a little bit, but you're getting ways up there for me to be talking to here.
Right.
But you're just another guy.
I am.
And we were joking off camera. We'll get to that a little bit maybe as we go along here. But
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. You married? You have kids?
Yep. Married. My wife's from Macomb. We have 4 children. My wife's a bomber and a leatherneck. I'm a leatherneck as well. That's it. I grew up outside of Galesburg on a farm, and we still have a place up there. Go back there every day and enjoy the great outdoors up there. I've been in healthcare for over 30 years now. Enjoy it very much, and really look forward to the challenges that healthcare provides for us.
Now, if I remember reading through your stuff correctly, you're from Oneida, which is up by Galesburg,
Do you
right?
know where that is?
I do. I know where. It's part of Rova.
It is.
It's part of. We're sports people here,
Yeah.
Bill. We have to know who
I graduated
Oneida
from
is.
Rova.
Did you? So it was Rova even that far back.
Well,
Not that you're old. That
was-
isn't what I meant there.
There
Bill.
was one. There was an additional town added after I graduated, but it's always been pronounced as Rova.
So what was the town that was added?
Watauga,
Watauga was
which
added.
is where I live now.
Yep. So you live in Watauga.
Right.
You graduated from Rova.
Correct.
But Watauga wasn't part of Rova when you graduated from Rova.
That's right. Because
That's like a twisting, turning road right there.
Oh yeah, it's a complex matter here. But no, after I graduated high school, went to college and all that, and then as I advanced my career, we stayed in the Midwest, and finally ended up after we started having kids in the Rova, Oneida area to raise our children, and just stayed there the whole time since then.
How, there's a lot of professions at any hospital that have a lot of that very important, and they are the integral workings of the hospital. Everybody thinks physicians, nurses, providers.
Right.
But you have a lot of pressure on you on a daily basis when you're talking about the chief financial officer. So how do you find yourself into that profession? I mean, I think I'd rather be the doctor or the nurse than the chief financial officer.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. When I graduated from Western, I was recruited at that time by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, and we were doing what hospitals have to prepare a Medicare cost report, and I was auditing them. So that's how I got my step into the healthcare career. And then after that, I went to work for a consulting firm that prepared the cost reports for the hospitals and all that. And then after that, I got into the actual inner workings of the hospital, started out as a controller, then worked up to CFOs and larger organizations, and that's kind of my niche, and that's where I've stayed my whole career.
Now, you mentioned larger organizations. Lindsay Douglas, we talked to her. She's in recruitment for you guys for physicians and providers. And this is not, as far as hospitals go, a larger,
Right.
It's not a huge hospital.
Right.
So what does that do for you on a daily basis as you're trying to balance a budget or make a budget that works or help with the finances of that doesn't have maybe the bottomless pockets that some people think of when you think of a huge hospital or whatever?
Right. Yeah, I think that, you've been in one hospital, They're all different. They all have their sets of challenges and struggles and all that. What is very exciting for me is we are we're nimble, we can make quick changes, and I feel like I can make that impact in the organization, those quick impacts to get the hospital on the right track and keep it going and be viable.
Yeah, and funding in this day and age is a key in getting payments. But I'm sure you guys still look at trying to get donations and stuff, correct? Is that involved in anything you do, or do you have to consider any of that when you're trying to make your business positions?
It's a small piece of it, a little bit of it. Our biggest challenge is to get reimbursed from the insurance payers, make sure, because there's a lot of noise out there right now where insurance payers are denying everything not everything, but most things that we try to get reimbursed for. And if we don't get what we're entitled to, then it's a struggle to make payrolls.
Right.
Struggle to pay our vendors. It's really tough to keep the hospital going, make the capital improvements that we're doing on the campus right now.
And you're doing a bunch of those right now. I mean,
we are.
Yep. You guys are improving. It seems like monthly, daily, whatever, you're making improvements here in the last 10 years or so.
There's a lot of exciting things going on here on the campus right now with the retail pharmacy, or community pharmacy is what we're calling it now, because it is the community of McDonough County's pharmacy. And we're trying to prepare this organization for future generations so we can keep this hospital in the community for the people of the community.
Okay, so you work and think numbers all week.
Pretty much.
What do you think on the weekends? Now, I think I read somewhere there's some hunting and fishing involved in what you enjoy doing.
Right, yes. I like I mentioned, I grew up on a farm. We still have a farm. We still live on a farm. So I enjoy just about anything outdoors. That would be fishing, hunting, camping, spending time on the farm, just fixing things or doing whatever. That's how I decompress and recharge to do the job that I do today.
Okay. Now, I said I only had two questions. I got one more. We're about at time. But now, you're a hunter.
Yes.
And you're older like me. Okay. So I remember when I was a kid and everybody was deer hunting, if you got a deer, you were lucky.
Right.
Do you deer hunt?
I do.
And how much easier is it on your farm to get a deer now than it was when you were a kid?
Yeah, I'm really blessed because there are a lot more deer today than there was years ago when I started hunting. I do, but I enjoy deer hunting. But I also, every deer I've gotten the last 2 years, I've donated to the food pantry and let them repurpose that. Our sons also hunt with me as well. You eat a lot of that deer meat, but anything I get, it goes right to the food pantry, and I donate it back to the community.
Well, MDH is all about community. It's been about community, and you even go home and make it about community. So that makes you a good guy, right?
Right. Well, I don't know about that, but I appreciate the comment.
Well, that'll do it for this halftime interview. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, with the second half right after this.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
Welcome back to Macomb High School, or no, Washington Street Gym. As we are here for JV basketball, and I apologize, folks, as I look at that. I didn't level the camera for you folks at home. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Not perfect, but it's better than it was. We'll level it better for the varsity contest. 22-18 Canton with the lead over Macomb as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Game being brought to you by Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124. Got the specials at Sports Corner at 124. No specials tonight, but tomorrow night, $5.95 cheeseburgers, a single patty. Sunday, all local restaurant bar workers will receive 20% off their bill. $3 Ultras and Miller Light Drafts. Wednesdays still have the $1 wings. You can try their dry rub sriracha. This Canton starts the second half off. Sports Corner also has the steak night. Fresh cut, ugly steaks. And the Bombers going to pick up a quick foul here in the third quarter. Foul is going to be on Sophie Wilson, her second, team's first of the third quarter. First free throw off, no good. Turner at the free throw line hits the second. 23-18. Steal by Korea. She comes out to Turner. Long two is good. About 1 foot inside the three-point line. And Canton comes out firing on all cylinders. Hines back the other way. It's knocked away by Korea. A steal and pushes it back. Wilson's back there with 2 fouls. Counted and a foul, her 5th attempt at an old-fashioned three-point play for number 10, Michaelin Korea. She's 1 for 4 from the free throw line on those three-point play attempts. This one is no good as well. 1 for 5. She's got 11 points on fouled 2-point attempts that went in. Platt with it. She comes up top, Thorman, right side Holdhouse. 7:10 remaining in the third quarter. Hines to Thorman. Abernathy, she wants the three. Sports Corner three for Alea Abernathy. First Sports Corner three of the night for the Bombers. And that's going to go over and back as Spencer tracks it down. Be Bomber basketball trailing by 6, 27-21. Be out of bounds on the sideline. Holdhouse to bring it in. She wears number 10, the freshman. Into Abernathy. Tries to drive, tries to get it across to Hines. Dans is there to steal it away. She comes across, gets it to Renault. Now it's going to be Spencer with it. Turner, pump fake, drive, floater, off, no good. Gets her own rebound. Brings it out to Spencer. Now she gets called for the travel. Pump faked and then switched her pivot feet before she started dribbling. Turnover to the Bombers. Actually not a turnover. It was after a missed shot. So finally get it into Abernathy, who gets it to Hines. Hines, the lefty, drives to the hoop. Stops. Dump stop Platt. 6:08 to go here in the third quarter. Hines on the dribble now. Thorman up top. Holdhouse. Thorman. Hines from about 17 feet. Her jumper short. Tracked down by Platt. 5:40 remaining. Abernathy for three. It's off left, no good. Tipped around, picked up off the floor by Correa. Thought for a split second she was going to shoot it. Turner, right side. Renault, long two, short. Tipped by Spencer to Turner, back to Spencer. Good. Platt was really close to stepping on the sideline, and then about 75 feet from the basket, a foul is going to be called on the Canton. I believe it may have been on Dan's. I think that's her third. It is on Dan's, and it is her third. First on Canton. Bombers have two fouls. Reached in by Dan's and knocked away. Sub coming in. Gaines is going to check in. Dans will go out with three fouls. 5:03 to go in the third quarter. 29-21. Thorman to inbound. Platt is going to lose it over and back. Exactly 5 minutes remaining here in quarter number 3. Inbound Turner. Big pick by Correa. Turner all the way to the hoop. The runner's good. Back to a 10-point advantage now as Holdhouse nearly went over and back herself. Thorman, pull-up jumper from about 15 feet is good. Thorman, a good pull-up jumper in transition that time to get the bucket. Cut the lead back to 8 for the Bombers. Bombers had it tied at 16 and 18. A couple players on the floor battling for it. Hines is down there, and they're going to call a foul, I think. Wanted to call a jump ball and then changed his mind. Gaines is going to pick up the foul. Her first, team second. Thorman's going to inbound for the Bombers. It's Thorman, Holdhouse, Abernathy, Hines, and Hare on the floor for Macomb High. And Spencer is going to pick up a foul. It'll be her second, I believe, team third. It will be her second, team's third. And the Bombers with a chance to cut into an 8-point lead here. Hines from about 17 and a half feet off, no good, maybe 18 feet. Went off of a Bomber out of bounds. It'll go to the Little Giants. Full court pressure again, and outlet breaking down the court was Turner. The throw went awry, and it was picked up by Holdhouse, and the Bombers will take it back the other way. Halfway through quarter number 3, 4:01, and another foul called before that. It's going to be on Gaines again. Gaines picks up the foul. Team foul number 4. Her second in about the last 45 seconds of gameplay. Thorman has her pass stolen away by Turner. Shots off, no good. Rebound put back by Gaines is good. Back to a 10-point advantage. Holdhouse for 2. Bombers having success in transition. And now a carry is going to be called on Gaines. She has caught the attention of the officials. 2 fouls and now a carry violation called on her in the last minute or 2 of play. 3:22 remaining here in the third quarter. Bombers trail by 8. They've trailed by 10 2 times. Thorman leaves that one short, and Correa is going to pick up the foul. They call a blocking foul on Correa. Her second, team's 5th. The Bombers will be shooting free throws on every foul the rest of the way here in the third quarter. Thorman at the free throw line. She'll shoot 2. It was a shooting foul. First free throw's good. Looks like the Bomber Pep Band is here tonight, so they'll be playing between games and at halftime of the varsity contest. 3:13 remaining. Thorman misses a second. Hines with the rebound. Tipped away, but picked up by Abernathy finally. She'll get it up to Thorman. Left side hair. So we approach the 3-minute mark. 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Holdhouse. Jab step, drives. Hines from about 17 feet. Off, no good. Abernathy with the rebound, gathers it back, gives it to Hines, skips it down to Hare. Hare's going to drive on Gaines. Nice look, can't finish. Gets her own rebound, goes back to Abernathy. Abernathy's going to drive now. Dumps it out to Holdhouse. They're going to call Hines for 3 seconds in the lane as she kind of got trapped there. She was trying to get out, but she thought that Abernathy was going to shoot, and then when Abernathy passed it, it really caught Hines in a bad spot. Correa has it on the inbound. Skipped across to Spencer. The lefty puts it up and in. And it's a 9-point game. Correa and Hines doing battle over there on the far side. Timeout on the floor. Charge to the Bombers. Bombers take their second timeout. We'll keep it here. Tell you this game is being brought to you by Western Illinois University. At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in because purple stands out. At WIU, there's limitless potential with campuses in Macomb, Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out. And Midwest Ice, do you need ice for an upcoming event? Look no further. Midwest Ice has you covered. Midwest Ice is Central Illinois' newest ice delivery service. We deliver ice directly to your event. Call Blaine Wrench at 309-351-8192 for a quote today. And Pond Plus. Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years. Providing cash for most items of value, Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb between Erico and Taco Bell. 2:20 remaining, third quarter, and it's going to be thrown away and turnover to the Little Giants with 2:18 remaining. This is about where the Bombers kind of picked up the pace in the first quarter to get back in the ball game. We'll see if they're able to do that here against Canton, but not on that drive down. Is a great look, and Renault is going to get the bucket on a pass from Turner. Hines on the outlet pass. Her shot's up and in. .154, make it 51 remaining. Turner with it. Top Spencer. Left side Renault. Back to Turner. Kicks it out to Correa. Long two. No good. Abernathy gets it in the corner, and she's got 4 defenders around her. Correa is going to steal it from Hines, and Hines is going to get the jump ball call, and it's going to be possession to the Bombers. .131 remaining. Spencer with it. Gaines going to come up top to Turner. They look to maybe work for one shot here. 50 seconds remaining. Gaines cut, no pass. Now Spencer. Nope, 3 on the way. Turner, she got hit, but no foul call. Hines comes down with it. Nearly loses it out of bounds, and she's going to lose it. She just threw it down the court. Spencer came up with it to Gaines. Renault, a long 2 is good. About 3 inches from being a 3, and it's an 11-point game. Matches unofficially the largest lead of the game for the Canton Little Giants. 16 seconds remaining in the third quarter. That's Hare on the far side. Holdhouse down to Hines. Hines puts the shot up off the glass and in. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Lofted it up, long shot, in and out and good! At the buzzer. Turner from the right side, a half-court shot, and it falls at the buzzer. And it's 42-30. She shot it a little earlier than she needed to, but it hit the rim pretty hard, and I thought there was no way it was going to bounce up and then fall back in, but that's exactly what it did. And at the end of 3, Canton leads 42-30. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets a much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
Welcome back to the Washington Street Gym in Macomb, Illinois, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Fourth quarter getting ready to come your way. Fouls reset, so the Bombers were in the bonus, but they'll be out of it now. 42-30. Canton with the lead over Macomb High. Turner, if you missed it, just hit a half-court shot at the buzzer. It rattled in and then bounced off the backboard and fell back in. Spencer pull-up jumper is good. And 14, the largest lead of the game for Canton. The Bombers had it tied at 16 and 18 and have not been able to control the tempo at all here in the second half. Gaines goes down. Well, I don't know that she actually moved that back foot. She stopped and stepped forward with the left. I don't know that she actually stopped and drug that foot, but they called her for the travel nonetheless. A turnover to the Bombers. Bombers needed it if they want to get back in this one. They got 7 minutes and 35 seconds to take a 14-point lead for Canton and erase it. Now Platt's going to drive. She puts the runner up. Blocked by Correa. On the floor, Smith's down there with a bomber, and I can't tell who it is. It's Holdhouse down there. And it is possession to the Bombers after Canton got the ball at the start of the quarter. Into Hines. Hines throws it up. Spencer with the rebound. She picked up her dribble. Correa has it now. She's going to go on the crossover, crossed half court. Comes across to Spencer. 7:10 remaining. Down to Renault. Renault trying to get it to Correa, but can't. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. Possession to the Little Giants. Smith will take it out for the Little Giants. Number 22, that is Colby Smith. Sophomore guard forward, and the inbound is stolen away by Holdhouse. She'll take it back the other way. Little hesitation, crossover. Platt with the ball tipped to her, and it's going to be on the floor now. Holdhouse goes down after another jump ball, and it'll be Canton possession this time. 44-30 is the score. We have 6:53 to go in the basketball game. Gaines with the steal and the putback for Canton. Hare with it to Abernathy. 6:19 remaining. Hare to Platt. Platt looked to the three, wouldn't take it. Holdhouse with it now. Abernathy, left side. Hare, long two, good. And the Bombers break the scoring run by Canton. Hines with the steal on the inbound. What are we calling? Hare comes out. Hines got the steal. Official called a official's timeout. Sophie Wilson is in. Might have been a timeout just to get Hare off the floor. Not 100% certain. I believe that's Thorman over there with ice on her ankle. Three on the way by Wilson is good. Bombers on a 5-0 run now. Cut the lead to 11. Dan's with it. Gaines took a tumble. Down to Smith. And a travel called on Colby Smith. 5:24 remaining. The Bombers closing the gap up a little bit here. Sophie Wilson with it. She looked at the three, gave it down to Abernathy instead. Back out to Wilson. Pump fake on the three. Baseline jumper. No good. Long. Dan's with the rebound. That goes off of Turner, I believe that is over there. No, it's Gaines over there. And it'll be Bomber basketball as we approach the 5-minute mark. 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Abernathy wants three, top of the key. She's hit one. Can't get that one to fall. She's got one sports corner three. Sophie Wilson just hit a sports corner three a moment ago. But that shot went off out of bounds, possession to Canton. And again, full court pressure here. They're going to inbound it deep. Correa tracks it down. She had Abernathy and Hines on her. Renault to Gaines. Over to Turner. Now to Smith. Not sure where she was throwing that to, but they weren't looking for it. Hines back the other way. Puts the shot up off. No good. Rebound Wilson. Wilson puts the shot up. No good. Rebound to Abernathy. Her shot is off. No good. Rebound knocked off the head of Abernathy. Maybe the nose. She reached up and grabbed her nose. Looks to be okay as we approach the halfway point here of quarter number 4. Right side Renault with it on a give and go, and Turner gets the bucket to fall. 48-35, and Wilson has it tipped away by Correa out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bombers. Hare back in. Platt goes out. Wilson with it. 4 minutes remaining, halfway through the quarter. And the Bombers trail the Canton Little Giants by 13, 48-35. And they're going to call Gaines for another foul. think that's her third, and all three of them have been that exact kind of foul. And it's the first of the quarter for either team. It's the third for Gaines. Sub coming in for Dans. Gaines is going to take a seat. Wilson with it to Holdhouse. Left side Hare. Hines got an open track to the basket but can't finish. Dans with the rebound. She gives it off to Turner. Outlets it to Correa. Across court to Renault, and what ball movement by the Canton Little Giants to get the bucket to fall there, and they lead by 15 again. Wilson, Hines, and a travel. That might have well been a travel as well, as Dan's drugged that pivot foot, but no call. 3:15 remaining in regulation. It's a 15-point lead for Canton. Renault's going to try and drive on Abernathy. She's going to be blocked. A whole lot of contact down there, but no foul call. Wilson, 3 minutes remaining. Timeout, charge to the Bombers. 3 minutes on the clock. Bombers trail by 15 here in the fourth quarter. Game also being brought to you by King Family Chiropractic with locations in Bushnell and Macomb. King Family Chiropractic supports Macomb Bomber student athletes. They have office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-MY-DC. That's 6932. They also perform DOT and CDL physicals. Hear the band warming up a little bit over on the far side. Also being brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. Thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experienced and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best for 7 years running. There are 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. Abernathy down low. To Holdhouse, to Wilson, looks at the sports corner 3, step back, goes down to Abernathy. Abernathy now 1 pound dribble and can't get the shot to fall. 2:33 remaining. Bombers cheerleaders are here as well. Renault on the dribble. Hines tips it away, can't save it, out of bounds. Possession back to Canton with 2:21 remaining. A little earlier start tonight. That's talk to Athletic Director Steve Horrell. They're going to try to move all of their start times up a half hour. 5:30 for JV / fresh soft / sophomore. And there's Renault for another bucket. That would start the varsity game ideally at 7 o'clock. And a shot and a foul. Basket's good for Wilson. Her second old-fashioned three-point play attempt. She made the Bombers' first points of the game on an old-fashioned three-point play attempt. So her free throw is good. She hits the backside of both of them. It's a 14-point game. Correa, the first time that she's been fouled and didn't get the shot to fall. Bombers pick up their first foul. It's on Ella Hare. Her first, team's first of the fourth quarter. Correa at the free throw line, shooting 2 with 1:59 remaining. First one is good. That makes her 2 for 6 from the free throw line. She was 1 of 5 on old-fashioned three-point play attempts. It's like the sub sitting on the floor for Canton is waiting to come in for Correa. Platt comes back in as Abernathy takes a seat. Second one's off, no good. Platt on the dribble with 1:53 remaining. Holdhouse. Hines. Skips it across Wilson. Looks at the baseline, drives. And another foul. This one's going to be on Colby Smith, I believe. Third on the Little Giants. It is on Colby Smith. Her first. Team's third. 2 free throws coming for Sophie Wilson. First one is off, no good. Here comes Spencer replacing Correa with 1:39 remaining, as that was the first dead ball since the missed free throw on the backside of 2 for Michaelin Correa. Sophie Wilson at the free throw line for the Bombers, shooting her second. She makes it. She's 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Renault gets the bucket to fall. She's got 6 here in the fourth quarter. Wilson step back 3. Sports corner 3 for Sophie Wilson. 55-42. Three on the way off, no good. Jump ball. Possession to the Bombers. 59.3 seconds remaining. Oh, nice play. Ella Hare gets the easy bucket on the inbound play. 55-44, tipped by Holthouse. Spencer pushes it up, picks up her dribble. Goes to Renault. 42 seconds remaining. Now to Spencer. Spencer's going to drive, pull up, shot's good. Wilson looked at the sports corner 3, didn't take it. Holthouse now. She comes back to Wilson. Sports corner 3 on the way, long, no good. Rebound by Platt, out to Hines. Another long 2 from the top of the key, off no good. Tipped around, and it's going to go out of bounds. No, stays inbound somehow. Hines is going to get the steal with 10 seconds left, though. Her shot's up, counted in a foul for Jordan Hines. Chance to make it a 10-point game with 9.4 seconds remaining. She was dribbling that basketball to free throw line like it called her a bad name. 5 seconds left here in the basketball game, and Gaines walks it up the floor, and that's how it's going to end. The Little Giants get a 57-46 win over the Bombers. You've been watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports. We'll be back in just a little bit with the varsity contest between the Bombers and the Little Giants. Make sure you check that next stream out. Thanks for joining us. You've been watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.